masters of duct tape, cardboard, and hot glue, making cosplay out of everyday materials. They are the DIY Costume Squad.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Dustin, and with me today is Tani Harrison. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're an amazing cosplayer. I've been following your stuff. I'm a big fan.
I've been working on a lot lately. I've been working on Yennefer Vengerberg from The Witcher. I've been working on Little Mermaid. I've been working on Lara Croft. I love making really, really powerful women.
So speaking of powerful women, what are you going to be making for us today?
I'm going to be making Wonder Woman, but we're doing Gal Gadot's version, the live-action movie version, so I'm super excited.
And this costume is going to make an appearance in Ben's Homemade Movies episode, so be sure and check that out. So you've made this Wonder Woman costume in the past, sort of the very fancy version. I was very impressed by it.
Oh, thank you.
What are you thinking for the DIY version?
Maybe starting with some items you might already own, and then just kind of building on that. So if we take a look at one of the images from the movie, we see that she's got a bodice. She has a skirt, and then we have the bracers, which go on her forearms, and then we have the armband. All in all, I would say we have a lot of craft foam in our future.
Yeah, craft foam and spray paint, my favorite. All right, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. I'm gonna leave you to it.
Thank you.
Right, see you soon.
See ya. Okay guys, I think the first main piece that we're gonna do is her bodice. So for that, I'm going to start with a corset. I picked this up on Amazon, but it was 20 bucks, and I'm gonna start with that as a base, and I'm also gonna use some craft foam. You can find it at Michael's, it's super cheap. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the craft foam right on top, and I'm just going to be sketching those shapes that she has. This doesn't have to be perfect, that's the best part. You're just sketching. This is gonna be the exact same on the other side, so I'll just be cutting 2 of these. One thing I do recommend when I'm cutting foam, like multiple pieces of foam, is those clips, because that just holds the foam together, so when you're cutting it doesn't kind of move around on you.
Want me to grab you some clips and you can just do it?
That would be great. Those are just gonna lay like that, but obviously we're gonna need to make these other pieces here and just continue, so it's basically more or less covered. I'm trying to keep these all together so I know the order that they go in, because once you're done, you're gonna have like a million pieces. So now we're going to switch to creating that gold detailing that goes on top of the bodice. I'm going to focus on creating the design for half of it and then just duplicate that by cutting 2 of them. So I'm going to add a bit more just for dimension and visual interest.
I'm really excited to see how this one comes together. It's got a lot of craft foam, which makes it very fun and cartoony, and the way she's gonna attach it to this corset, I think is gonna work really well.
So now I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to heat up some of these pieces to kind of give it more shape. So now we're going to be spray painting our bodice pieces, and I'm using this burgundy satin color master paint. This was about $4 or $5. Okay, so the burgundy spray paint that we used isn't as thick as I would like, and we're having trouble covering that black Sharpie with it. So I'm gonna hit all of these with the gray primer, and then I'm gonna go over that after it's dry with the burgundy spray paint again. So now I'm going to paint that design detail that I made for the bodice with some gold. It cost me about $4. But before I do that, I'm gonna hit it with some primer.
All right, awesome. Paint is dry. It's looking really good.
So now that we have them all painted and they're dry and ready to go, I'm going to actually just start hot gluing it directly to the corset.
Love it.
So now it's time to glue on the gold embellishment at the top. All right, now it's time for Wonder Woman's belt. So I'm just gonna freehand this and hope for the best. So before I add this piece, I'm going to spray paint this bottom piece silver. And now we're ready to glue all the pieces for our belt together before we glue the entirety of the belt onto the bottom of the corset. And now I'm just going to extend those straps around the sides and the back. So I'm going to make those now out of foam. Okay, so now I'm going to make sure that I can close this in the back, and to do that I'm going to use some Velcro that I picked up for $4. Okay, so now we're ready to do Wonder Woman's armband. And what I would recommend is just having a tape measure and just figuring out how big around your bicep is. I'm gonna cut 2 of them because I'm gonna layer. Everything's glued down and now we're ready for paint. All right, so the next step is Wonder Woman's bracers. So I'm actually going to use a thicker piece of craft foam because I want it to be a bit sturdier. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some more little layered pieces again. And for these more detailed pieces, I'm using the thinner craft foam. Okay, so now we are going to hit these little detail pieces with the gold, and then we're going to spray paint these larger base pieces silver. And now we're going to shape them with a heat gun. So now I'm going to add our gold embellishments to our bracers. Okay, so now we're gonna make Wonder Woman's tiara, which is the most fun because Wonder Woman's tiara has like always been a big deal. We're gonna use that thin foam again. Voila. It's nice to spend a little extra time on this because this is literally going smack dab in the middle of your forehead. So that's just gonna go like that. And now we're ready for Wonder Woman's gladiator skirt. And the fabric I'm gonna be using is actually this really cheap vinyl that I got on clearance at a fabric store for $9 a yard. I got an entire yard, which is probably a little bit overkill, so you probably don't need that much fabric. So now that I have all of my blue pieces cut out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fake those layers by taking a black Sharpie and just drawing some lines. Okay, so I'm going to glue all of the pieces to the underside of the corset. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and I'm going to create some details with my sponge and some acrylic paints. And also with a white permanent ink pen for the scratches. Now for Wonder Woman's boots, I'm going to be using a pair of wedge gold sandals that I actually already had, but you can usually find them for about 10 bucks. I will be breaking this up into one piece of thicker foam for the kneecap, a longer piece of the thinner foam for the shin, and just a couple pieces of the thinner foam to cover the foot portion. All the boot pieces are cut now, so we're ready to go outside and paint. So all of our boot pieces are dry and ready to be assembled. I got this from a fabric store and it's just felt. It's $1 or $2, I want to say, a yard, but I think it'll work really well for the bootstraps. So now that we're finished with Wonder Woman's boots, it's time to work on Wonder Woman's lasso of truth. And for that, I'm going to be using this diamond braid nylon rope that I picked up at the hardware store for $5. So now we're going to take these pieces of felt that Dustin cut and we're going to assemble them into a crossbody holster so we can hold the rope at our side. All right, guys, everything's built. Now the fun part. Time to put it all on. All right, that's it, guys. Let's go see what Dustin thinks.
Okay, I am ready to see the finished Wonder Woman. I think she's coming in now. Yes! Oh my gosh, this is amazing!
Thank you.
Wow, I am short next to Wonder Woman, but that's okay. Love the wig. You got a shield now?
I do. I picked this up for about $25 on Amazon, and it's pretty legit, I think.
That's a Wonder Woman shield right there.
Yeah.
This turned out great. So much craft foam.
Yes, a ton of craft foam. Like the boots alone is just all craft foam.
Those are almost like an Iron Man boot to me, the way that the panels fit together.
Yeah, so you can actually bend your knees if you need to.
She can run, she can
I
jump.
can run, I can jump.
How does it feel like? Do you think you could really fight some crime in this?
I don't know if the foam would protect me too much, but I feel like I'd look pretty cool doing it, so hey.
All right, well, thanks for watching, and thank you so much, Tani, for joining us.
Thank you.
Excellent work, I love it. Let us know in the comments what other DIY costumes you'd like to see us make, and be sure and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on another DIY Costume Squad.
All right, I'm gonna catch a ride on out of here on my invisible plane. Bye, guys.
Yes, invisible plane. Actually worked.